The flickering fluorescent light of the bathroom hummed, the only sound in the deep woods cabin. Liam stared into the grimy mirror, his face a mask of exhaustion. He'd come here to escape, to be alone, but the silence was starting to feel heavy, suffocating. He looked away, splashing cold water on his face, trying to wash away the unease. When he looked up again, his own reflection in the mirror didn't move. It just stared back, and then, with an unnatural slowness, it blinked. A faint, distorted whisper, like static from a dead radio station, slithered into the air, seeming to come from everywhere and nowhere at once. A cold dread began to coil in Liam's stomach. He tried to dismiss it, telling himself it was just fatigue playing tricks on his mind. But the feeling of being watched was unshakable. Out of the corner of his eye, he saw shadows flit across the room, disappearing the moment he turned to look. He pulled out his phone, the dark, inert screen a black mirror. For a split second, he saw his own face staring back, but this version of him was smiling a wide, predatory grin that didn't reach its eyes. A gasp caught in his throat. With trembling hands, he ripped a towel from the rack and threw it over the bathroom mirror, as if that could somehow contain the wrongness he'd seen. The sound of creaking floorboards from the other room and the rustle of leaves against the window pane suddenly felt menacing, deliberate. Driven by a frantic need to secure his sanctuary, Liam began boarding up the windows, hammering planks of wood over the glass. As he pried at a loose floorboard to use as a makeshift barrier, his fingers brushed against something solid and brittle. He pulled it out, an old, leather-bound journal, its pages yellowed and covered in a thick layer of dust. He flipped to the final entry, dated 50 years ago to the day. The frantic, spidery handwriting read, "It's not a ghost in the glass. It wants to trade places. Don't let it see you. Don't let it out." As he finished the last word, a sudden, violent gust of wind rattled the cabin as if the forest itself was holding its breath. The words from the journal ignited his fear into full-blown paranoia. He was no longer alone. He was trapped with something that wanted what he had. Every reflective surface became an eye, a gateway. In a frenzy, he grabbed a fireplace poker and began smashing everything. The bathroom mirror shattered into 1,000 glittering shards. The glass on the picture frames cracked and fell away. He brought the poker down on the television screen, which imploded with a hollow pop. Panting, his knuckles raw and bloody, Liam finally stumbled to the center of the living room. Surrounded by the wreckage, cloaked in the dim, shadow-filled light, he felt a fleeting moment of safety. He had blinded it, exhausted and trembling. He slid down against a wall, his breath coming in ragged gasps. He needed a moment, just a moment to think. His gaze fell downward to a small, glistening puddle of water on the floor from a leak in the roof. It was no bigger than his hand, but it was perfectly still, a tiny, dark mirror. In its distorted reflection, he saw the cabin's front door, the very door he had bolted shut, swing silently open * behind him *. A hand, identical to his own, came to rest on his shoulder in the puddle's image. A paralyzing terror seized him as, in the real room, the heavy wooden door creaked open. A calm voice, a perfect imitation of his own, whispered directly behind his ear, "Finally."